Hi, everyone. I'm Julien. I'm one of the product managers at Group IB.
Yeah, my name is Andrey Parshin, so I'm the head of fraud protection in Europe. And yeah, today we'll tell you about the fraudsters, their illicit methods, how they try to get into the systems, exploit the loyalty bonus programs, your device spoofing, fingerprinting methods, and others.
Yeah, and it's not all gloomy, right? So we're also going to try to present some solutions, so bear with us. Just to give you a bit of background on us, Group IB, we are born from investigation. So Group IB means Group Investigation Bureau. We've worked with Europol, Interpol for over 18 years now, leading investigation, and quite recently we decided to come to the prevention side rather than investigation to help. So this is just to give you a bit of background on where we get our information and where the knowledge we're going to try to share with you today comes from. We do a lot of monitoring of dark web, Telegram channels. We have a whole threat intelligence division that helps us gather this information. Now, set the scene. I know that sometimes KYC can get a bad rep. People would say, oh, it's the anti-business department. I'm looking at you, sales. But in reality, they're an essential part of the business, right? And it's a very complicated business. Nothing gives more an impression of complication than abbreviation. So KYC, CDD, EDD, all of that, one of the weaknesses of it is that it comes from external data. And then this is where the fraudster and so on can really understand your weaknesses and exploit them. And KYC professionals are extremely good at their job, but what we want to really highlight today is so are the guys that are trying to get through. Andrew.
Yeah, so the fraud operates as a business. They also have their own divisions, they have their own services that you can subscribe to. It's not an advice, so don't really do that. And yeah, you could see that they have like different parts of their business, such as money mule accounts, developers of the phishing sites that are targeting the operators. Basically, the marketplaces with the stolen data where they could actually get all the necessary data for verification to bypass that and use it. So, for example, you could see some of the examples from the threat intelligence solutions that we have, and which we will present you today. So the first one is, the first lot, is basically the guys that are advertising their own services of bypassing the verification for different sites, whether it's exchange, whether it's the payment services, and so on. You can see different names there, obviously. Some of them are from crypto, some of them are from the financial fintech services, and so on. But also, the best fake is real. So the problem is that what they would get is the real verified accounts that are stay dormant at your site, basically waiting for the lucky fraudster to basically exploit that. And so, except for buying that, probably you could also steal this information. And yeah, how much that would be?
Yeah, so that's the next step. So this is them advertising on some of the forum I mentioned, right? And if they can't do this, then they have another way. They will then try to steal existing customers. This is an example on how professional they are, right? This is an advert that they have on the forum, and they offer different type of services. Some of them even copy very big brand names of the type of services they advises. This with Phishing Kit, all it takes is a really good fake site, look at your logo, some free bonus point or from free bets that you could get, and to gather information from a legitimate client and then try to move on. But then if you can't steal a ring one, simple, you make it up.
Like those guys are also advertising their services for drawing the documents as well. It might be passports, driver's license, it might be also the photos that they will provide along, so that if you have some sort of the data, for example, you have the stolen credit card for a specific name, you can ask them basically to enrich this for bypassing the KYC operator, for example. And so, yeah, if you ask it, you will receive it basically. For example, here you can see that it's not only, let's say, focused on the drivers, passports, driver's licenses, passports data, and so on, but actually, yeah, there are one-stop shops. As you can see here also, like at the conference, when you're passing through some stand, it tells you that, yeah, you can buy everything here. Basically, you could see the same tactic, let's say. So from the Fraudsters, where you can find like free VPN and proxy available for all account purchases, like a nice bonus or addition. As well, you could see the accounts that are available for sale, and not only from the banking services for withdrawals and deposits, but also for iGaming providers as well.
And social media account that goes with it. So they have an own industry. So that one is quite the artisan. That's like a tailored one. But then they can go quite a lot more different aspect, right? So I can hear some of you will say, yeah, okay, but we got tools for that, right? We've got some very great technology out there that help us spot them. Now, let me tell you, as someone that spent his days with engineer, right? Boy, do they love a puzzle.
Who doesn't love a puzzle, though? And like a good puzzle, right? So when your account gets blocked, you'll try in different ways actually to get into. And for the techies, it will be like another challenge to overcome. And if you're seated somewhere and just enjoying your time and then see that you can get some money, who will resist, right? You got this.
So this is obviously caricature, right? You said, okay, when they try to poke around your system and defeat it, they might start with something simple like that, and you think, okay, we got this, yeah, we covered. What you're going to get from that industry, the shadow industry, is oh my beer. And here's an example. So this is a complete generator that will create IDs on large scale, create fake pictures, fake signatures, and you can do it with telling him, I want 2,000 ideas. Create me 2,000 identities that I can use, different countries. And as you can see, it's a whole portfolio, and it's super automated with a nice cost setup. It's really well displayed. That's quite well done.
Yeah, for the operators, just don't try to increase your revenue just using those tools, okay? And Julien, where did you find that?
Well, because we work with Interpol, Europol, and so on, you might think, this is a deep dark web cover operation working with CIA. Actually, I find that on YouTube.
Yeah, those guys are basically advertising themselves, as I see. So, and you guys seen Face Off movie, like where the Nicolas Cage basically stole the John Travolta face? I would rather keep if I were him. So basically, we see that if previously we thought that the Android devices are safe, iOS devices are safe, and Android is basically the way how you can lose your credentials, basically we see that there is the new Trojans, new technologies appear basically to steal your data. So like in the movie, basically the threat actor will impersonate someone in order to get you install some application into your iOS device. And what will happen next? Basically, they will send you the additional command to basically pass the liveness check, to bypass KYC, let's say. And what they will do is basically steal and keep your ID, keep your face, and so that they can use it alone. But as we see, here is the new things that are appearing on the scheme. It's the cybercriminal device, the victim's device. So will the information about the device will be enough at some point?
Right, and that comes the next challenges. So in terms of innovation, they know that we are pretty much all of us are using device fingerprinting to try to keep track of devices. And you see some of this innovation. Again, this is a service you can find online. And Andrey, can you tell us a bit more about Undetectable browser, please?
Yeah, sure. So basically, those guys created specific tools for the fraudsters to use as by a subscription-based. So what you could do with them is at least see their advertisement all around. So basically, they might be partnering with someone, just offering, guys, just use our tool to get some cash. Yeah, who would resist? Who would say no? But the case is that they particularly advertising their service for the bonus hunting, for the abuse of the loyalty programs, creating multiple accounts. So imagine you get the fake ID of the Maltese person. So they will provide you the profile with the IP address from the Malta, and then it will look all legitimate, right? So Maltese ID, Maltese IP, but how much does this cost for the?
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? Not that much.
For $100. Yeah, illegal is illegal, but $100 is $100. So. Yeah, that should be cool and easy.
So this is one of the tools that they are using, right? So we presented now quite a few tools that they have, and if you want to geek out with us, we can extend the list. But these are the ones that currently are quite in fashion, as a matter of speak. Now, it's not all good and gloom. So what we're trying to do is a free tool for the community. we created something what we call the fraud matrix. What the fraud matrix does is you look at a scheme that fraudsters are using against your organization, and you break it down into techniques. So here we've got two schemes. One is account takeover at the top, and at the bottom you can see fake account creation, right? So there we break down the different techniques we are using. And you can see there's about like 20 plus techniques on that screen now, and that could feel overwhelming. But there's a weakness in them. There's commonality. So if I light the box in red, where there's commonality between those attacks, and then I can find a likely candidate that can help me when the fraudster is using their own device to get through.
And as well, just by putting some more attention, putting some more focus in solving this problem, it can actually get you like 80% of the results. And yeah, that's you need, so to understand what sort of the tools would be suitable for solving this. So and about the tools, basically we could tell multiple things just at looking at the devices. So from the perspective of their global presence, whether this device was seen in other operators performing loyalty program abuse, ATO, so account takeovers. And as well, you can detect whether it is a part of the botnet, so somebody is basically administering all of those accounts from one device. As well, you can apply different technologies in order to look at the behavior behind this device.
Yeah, so understanding your customer, right? So a little bit like everything, if you understand who is supposed to be on a platform, if you understand them, you know when it's not them which are here. And it comes to really how you develop. So what we heard on the previous talks, there is a lot of discussion about AI is not quite ready. Mostly when you try to use it to develop game, to guess what the gamers will want, guess what's going to make you money, that's true. But what you can use it for already today is to, first of all, legitimize the user. The tool is designed to, first of all, make sure you legitimize my user, don't create friction. And then you can use it to see fraud patterns.
Exactly. And by applying those detection of the fraudulent patterns, you could basically be ready that this particular guy will show the additional signs, let's say, that he will try to exploit the system further, for example. And so when we talk about the fraudulent and legitimate patterns, of course, the one point that comes into the mind is to release or reduce the friction that the customers might experience when they apply new tooling, for example. And when we talk about that, yeah, we need to think how those tools can actually help you reducing that. So.
Yeah, so median behavior also helps you reducing the cost of KYC. If something comes and knock at your door and it's actually a bot or a device that's been used elsewhere with another provider or used already to attempt to create a fake account, you can detect it early, stop it from triggering to expensive KYC costs. But if you do it right, you can do it with a reduction of false positive, less workload for the team, reduction of friction for the customer. The tech is there, and that's where AI right now is really good at, is looking at scenario, identifying them and spotting them in like 10, maximum 100 milliseconds, you get your result. So I hope this was useful. That's us.
Yes, thank you so much for your time and attention.